Oh, there we are. Yeah. Well, good morning. Folks, this last week I didn't do a video release. Well, as it turned out, I had a hard drive crash on me and I lost some data. In fact, I lost a lot of data, unfortunately. Did I have it backed up? No, it was a new drive and I only had like 2 months worth of stuff on it, but still, it was stuff I didn't want to lose. Anyway, I lost the shoot that I was going to do for last week. So I decided, well, what the heck, I'll just share my Labor Day with everybody. So that's what this is. This is Labor Day. I'm gonna have us a nice little barbecue. I want to share it with you. This is my Labor Day barbecue. Nothing special, no fancy recipes or anything. We're just kicking back, taking it easy, and making good food. That's all. So I have lit my charcoal. There's not a lot of smoke coming off of it, but it is lit. So I'm going to wait for that to finish lighting, and it won't take it, but usually it takes about 20 minutes for the whole thing. After it's fully lit, then I go ahead and get it down in here, and it takes about an hour to get the smoker stable and the temperature and everything flowing just right. And after that, put the meat on, you're ready to go. I'm looking forward to it. I think I'll do some potato salad with it today. This will be good. So, thank you for enjoying my Labor Day with me, and you folks enjoy. So, I wanted to invite you for Labor Day. Well, obviously I can't have hundreds or thousands of people to my home for a Labor Day celebration, but what I can do is to share my Labor Day with you. Well, nothing special here. I have nothing particular planned. I was just going to do some barbecue, and I was going to maybe take care of some tomatoes I pulled out of the garden by starting some dehydrating on those, or maybe saucing some of them. I got to go out front and cut the okra. There's not a whole lot to do. It's just a kicked back day, and I thought we would share it together. So my day starts in the morning. I usually have coffee. I'll check the garden. In fact, I was sitting here looking and noticing some things I want to pull out, some things I need to do. And I'll probably be able to squeeze that in sometime today. All simple stuff. Just gonna have a Labor Day. Folks, I hope you enjoy your Labor Day. I'm going to try to enjoy mine. Not sure about the weather, the clouds. For a little bit it looked like it was going to clear off. Now I'm seeing clouds moving in. Normally it would be somewhat sunny right now. So this is like, I think about 8:30, 8:30ish. Let me see here. No, I'm wrong. It's only 7:50. Anyway, it's just a little before 8. Yeah. And I'm just hanging back and waiting for the charcoal to finish coming up and lighting, and that's that. Yesterday I worked on my shop here. Been working on getting it cleaned up. I have an entire stack of plywood that I'm going to be lining the walls in, but I wanted it to look really nice. So I went ahead and stained it. What the heck, right? And then I decided, well, in for a penny, in for a pound, so let's go ahead and put clear coat on there. So I want to do 3 coats of polyurethane on the whole treatment all the way around. The wall behind me, I've got plumbing that I've got to finish. This building was already built, and a lot of the plumbing was already installed. In fact, there's a toilet installed in the corner back there. And I've just got to go in and finish up the plumbing, which is some ventilation work, finish running the cold and hot lines, which I've done millions of times in buildings, and close up the walls and get back to living life. Need a little insulation. They are already insulated, but I want to increase it. This building is fairly efficient for the type of building that it is. Flies. And, well, I feel that I can make it a little more efficient and a little better. Most of it is, like I said, finished up. It needs some lighting installed in it. But I'm just, I've got some stuff put together in here making it happen right now, but I'll improve that for doing the work. So the thing of it is, I've got a lot of skills. I don't just cook. I'm a master carpenter. I know how to do welding. I'm not the best in the world when it comes to metalwork, but I can usually get done what I need to get done. Plumbing? Well, I just spent the last 20 years doing it. I ran a lot of copper, which I really like doing. I like sweating copper, the joints. Use a torch, some solder. Get in there with your flux, flux it up after you clean up that copper and do it right. And nothing nicer than to see a well-sweated joint that doesn't have any drips or anything rough looking on it and seals perfectly. It's a feeling of accomplishment, and it looks nice. But these days the new plastic lines are a little more popular. It's like a tube that's installed, and what you're seeing in front of the camera there, that's some of the smoke from the smoker. It's starting to get busy. But as I was saying, when it comes to that kind of work, I've done a lot of it. Also a lot of electrical work. I have pulled miles of wire. Oh, I hate to say how much wire I have pulled through walls and ceilings and everything else. So, oh, look at all that smoke all around the camera. So anyway, let's take a look at that and see how it's coming. What the heck? I think I need to put some water in my wood bucket. Looky there. You see that? That sucker took off. It's doing just fine, man. It's only been, hasn't even been 10 minutes. And it's already getting good fire coming up through there. And as that lights up, of course the heat rising straight up through it lights the rest of it pretty quickly. I've got to mess with some of the ash down here, so I'm going to get a hose and spray this off and fill up my wood bucket at the same time. Well, and that's how the excitement of my day will go. So, you know, when I'm working on videos and doing things like that, nobody ever sees all the behind the scenes stuff that really goes on, okay? Like, you know, just now, had to put water in the wood, had to spray off the patio because I didn't want, you know, the ash blowing around. Waiting for the fire to get finished up so I can pour it off into the firebox and get the smoker heating. A little bit I'm going to go inside and unwrap meat, pull it out of its package, and dry it off, get it ready for smoking. Okay, I'll probably put some seasoning on it. And then I've got other things in the kitchen to deal with too. I've got so many tomatoes I pulled out of my garden, it's unbelievable. This year I've pulled literally hundreds of tomatoes out of my garden, and there's hundreds more to come. Got to deal with the flies, and I believe in old-fashioned. So now I sit, wait, relax. Life is fun. And then, of course, in addition to what I would normally do on just video shoots, today you're just going to see me having a Memorial Day, not a Memorial, but a Labor Day weekend. I'm kicked back and having one of my holiday weekends here, so I'm going to enjoy that. That thing is hot, hot. And the radiant heat off of it, I could sit back this far and stay well heated by it. It's hot, hot. Getting some flames coming out the top now. That's going to be ready real soon. There we go. I thought I would try to get a shot down in there, let you take a look at what's really going on there. There's a lot happening. Cool. All right, this thing has started to ash on top. That's when I pour it in. And then I'll wash off the rest of the ash down there. There we go. Take care of that. Need some more charcoal. I'm going to use plenty to get it started up. Making sure that I preheat my smoker real well. You know, I can say that when the smoker body itself, when the smoke chamber up there, when it gets good and hot and stable, the whole thing is much more easy to manage. The charcoal stays lit longer and better. There we are. Some of that fell down over next to my door here. That's kind of normal. It happens every time. There we go. Open my damper all the way. There we are. Okay, cool. And there it is. After I spray down the mess down here, then this thing will be preheated. We're going to be up and smoking. Oh, I'm looking forward to that. Alrighty. I've even got smoke coming out the drip hole down there. Well, generally that's not the kind of smoke I'm looking for if I want to make good barbecue. I need smoke that's going to be wispy and blue. That ain't wispy and blue, it's billowy and gray. Well, I have gotten my I think my smoker's getting down to the right temperature. I had to choke down on the air a whole lot to get it to be cool enough. Now, I want to get everything prepped. And on this, I'm smoking it all, folks. Didn't do anything special to the meat. And if you notice, the salt is heavy, yeah, but the pieces are large. I'll go lighter on those ribs where it's not needed as much. And I got flies that want to enjoy this as well, but they're going to be out of luck. So what I have that I'm going to be barbecuing up today, I've got some pork loin and beef chuck. That's what I'm doing now is the pork loin. It's just large diameter thing, and I'm catching it all the way around. And I'm using just a plain seasoned pepper on this. And I thought about maybe putting some paprika on also. So, in fact, I think I will. I'm just going to go ahead and start getting that in there. Now, some people will do this as a rub. You know what? The majority of what I'm going for today is the flavor of mesquite. So when I'm doing mine, guess what? Here we are. And I ain't trying to look pretty about it or anything like that. Okay, we'll get these right up in there. This is going to take like all day. Me making the barbecue thing, you know. And I'm like totally okay with that. For me, this is just what good cooking should be. Now I took my ribs. These are beef ribs. And a lot of times people will leave that silver skin on. I don't. I went ahead and removed it. What's left on there is just some of the fat that was left behind after the silver skin was taken out. So yes, the answer is yes, I do the backside of my ribs when I season. Get away from here, fly. There's some flies over here that are eager to partake in what I'm preparing for myself. And they are just out of luck, frankly. There we are. Those ribs up in there. Oh boy, smoked beef ribs, yummy. Okay, I got to work on getting the smoke pumping over here. Okay, I got a good hot fire. I'm about to move it around, which is going to kind of kick it up a little more. I've also got some wood. It's going to give me some good smoke in a little bit. Ouch. Put him back there. There we go. Well, I can tell you that firebox is hot. I'm burning my fingers every time I get my tongs near that. But then, as I tell people, always keep some gloves around when you're doing this. You know, it's always just kind of one of those things. Be smart about it if you can. All right. Wood is in. We'll close this. I'm waiting for that nice wispy blue smoke. Okay, you know, I was saying earlier I wanted that wispy blue smoke. There it is. It's bluish in color. It's wispy. And that's just absolutely perfect for smoking meats. My temperature is down at about 200 degrees. And at that temperature, oh folks, things come out absolutely unbelievably good. So we're off and running. I'm going to, I got my mop preparing. You know, I ran in the house, took the pan in there and fixed myself my barbecue mop. And what I do here is, you know, I didn't measure anything out. I just took some of my peanut oil and I poured probably a pint or a little more peanut oil in there and maybe a cup of white vinegar. And I put in about a teaspoon each of paprika and seasoned pepper. That's it. I'm going to set it over here on the firebox. There's a flat top on it. It gets nice and hot. And it keeps my my mop sauce real hot. This is the mop I did a show on at the end of the season for season 6 on how to make your own mop. So this is going to be my first use on this new mop. And if you ever want to make your own mop and make a really nice barbecue mop like this one, check that out. It's not that hard and it's actually kind of fun. There we go. It's a matter of being patient at this point. You know, that's the whole thing about barbecue. There's a lot of patience involved. Man, I've got a lot of tomatoes. I figure while the meat is smoking, I want to take my tomatoes and work on them. I've got a bunch of these suckers that need to be at least dealt with so I can use them later on. I don't want them spoiling on me, and a few of them are getting there. So the ones that are getting a little bit overripe, I'm going to go ahead and just cut them up, put them in the food dehydrator, get them dehydrating. Others, like these little guys here, oh, these make such good sauce. These are going to be ran through the food mill. Just going to make a bunch of sauce. I'm going to take that sauce and freeze it. I might pasteurize it first and then freeze it, probably. So I'm thinking of that. Anyway, look at that. I have that much more coming due in a couple of days. So I figured that I'll probably be donating to a food pantry. Maybe this also, if I can, some of it if it's preservable, but I think most of what I have here is probably going to not last that long. So I need to make sure it at least gets salvaged for something. Anyway, going to get on to it, and that's what I'm doing. Welcome to sharing one of my holidays with me. Labor Day. Isn't that the day you're not supposed to be laboring on because you normally labor the rest of the time? Well, I have finished doing my milling. I cut myself in the process of it. Got a beautiful sauce here. Used most of the tomatoes except for what's left in this box and a few left in that bowl. So we're just in the process of cleaning up now. I'm going to put this on a burner, bring it up in temperature, and I'm basically going to pasteurize this. I just want to bring it up to about 165, 70 degrees, hold it there for about 20 minutes, then cool it back down with a lid on it, and then I can decant it into other packages, and then we can freeze it. Okay, so that's what I'm doing there. Now, if I was canning, I would heat the jars up with the sauce in it, and that way the jars get pasteurized along with the sauce. So if you're doing yours that way, then do that. We are again. Well, cut my finger. Got the tomato sauce on the stove. It is in the process of doing its thing. It's coming up in temperature to pasteurize. I'm going to flip the ribs and do the back side of them first, and then flip them back over and do the tops. The other items, doesn't matter which side's up. But I find I get better smoking across the top of the meat than underneath it. So I like, you know, the bone is on the back here and a little meat, but most of the meat's right there. So I want that face up in that smoke. And on these ribs, I keep them back here where the heat's kind of delicate, over to the side here. Oh yeah, nothing quite like some fresh homemade barbecue. Another holiday weekend. I sure hope you're enjoying yours. There we go. Okay. This is probably hot enough. Oh yeah. I'm turning off my heat because we're around the 170 to 180 mark. All right, perfect. That's right where I needed this. I'm just going to cover it, allow it to set. We've created a nice sanitary environment here. Oh, well, this is out in the shop. You know, I've got a sofa that I'm storing out here, and I figure, well, as long as I got the sofa, why not use it during the day when I'm barbecuing and stuff like that? Well, so I'm using it. But also, you know, as I did that, I added something for entertainment. You know, some sound, or bring my computer out here and set it up, use a Bluetooth speaker, that kind of stuff. Just hanging out, man. This is, I guess, has slowly kind of turning into a man cave, I guess some people would call it. But to me, it's just a place to sit and think and, you know, to get away from things. I've got air conditioning. I can cool down when I've been working outside. Like today, I'm out and just came back in from doing the grill, you know, making sure that the smoker was putting out the right amount of smoke and the right temperature and all that. And, you know, that's something I go out there about every 40 minutes to do. And so I check it throughout the day. Slowly the ribs will get cooked. The other meats are going to be just unbelievable. I don't know if you've ever had a smoked chuck roast, but that's quite an interesting experience. Or maybe having something like, you know, a smoked pork loin. I've never smoked a pork loin. I thought, oh, what the heck? I'm just going to throw a pork loin on there. We'll see what we get with it. So sometimes I like to just do fun stuff like that. It'll make a really interesting roast one way or the other. Or maybe I'll slice it in a little while and turn it into smoked pork chops. Who knows? Could do a lot of stuff. Anyway, this is just spending the day, having a holiday day, enjoying my Labor Day. Thank you for watching with me and enjoying it with me. I appreciate that. There's not a lot going on here at the moment. I'm just going to listen to some music, probably do some online shopping, and live life. Folks, enjoy your day also. It's nothing like barbecue. Once it's finally done, when I've been waiting for this. Yummy. Tender. Nothing like a little barbecue. These are beef ribs. Really good. Also, after I did the tomatoes, cut my finger, all that, you know, I went ahead and did some potato salad. So I got a stellar meal out of this. And I got my roast that are still out there. The chuck is still smoking, all that. So I'm going to enjoy that later. It's going to be good food. Thank you very much for joining me on this Labor Day. It was a lot of fun. Folks, I hope you enjoy yours too. And, well, have you a good day, all right? Bye-bye. Mm-hmm.